Purdue, Calumet, you have Valparaiso, you got the IU, you got
If you start inventory, then there's quite a few.
Right. You start actually listing them off.
Yeah.
You say that we have an education cluster in this area.
So that's what we should promote as a region.
That's exactly what we got to do. Very good. Very good. Okay. What does it mean? Your thoughts? I think we talked about your thoughts. Okay. What does it mean to be competitive for competitive advantage? Anybody want to make any comments about what we talked about so far? Anything that we talked about that from your reading of Porter, those of you who read Porter or Kitson and others, that might have been a little bit of a surprise. The only surprise for me was how dated the data is. We really need to, as professionals, we really need to upgrade and update that information, because I'd be interested in redoing the Porter study, but instead of focusing on 1990 to the year 2000, I would focus on the year 2000 up to perhaps 2010. Now, it's too early to extract that data right now, because I think much of our data only goes up to 2007, 2008. If you look at the BEA, we might be able to get some information from Workforce and maybe some stats from Indiana. But that information and that study really needs to be updated. Kevin, you got it?
No, I'm
Eric?
Yeah, I think David's point is a very important one, because it's not only your community, but all the firms in your community, are they innovators? And do they have the right idea about basically being continually aware of the marketplace, getting and even letting certain products go, even. Like saw Steve Jobs on TV the other day. And I got a lot of respect for him, because he disregarded a lot of advice from him in 1995 saying, oh, you're losing market share to the business computing field. And he said, I don't care, because the margins are going to get smaller. We're going to get a very commodity-oriented type of product in there. Apple abandoned on consciously the business market, and they ended up doing extremely well doing something else.
Right.
So it's that almost the attitude important about being dynamic, in the sense of looking at opportunities from a point of view of continual innovation. That's how we succeed, because eventually we're going to lose on a commodity basis. We can't compete on low wages.
But we can compete on innovation, and to do that, we need to foster an environment of creativity, and that's something we probably can do something about. We'll talk in the next couple of weeks how maybe we can do something like that. I would have to agree that we have to be willing to abandon products and maybe ways of thinking that aren't working for us, and then show true leadership. And it really does boil down to that as well, showing leadership and the ability to take risk and just to go for it. What has stopped us so far? A lot of it has to do with attitude. It has to do with attitude of those that we need their support in order to make all that happen.
See, the compressor cluster has been good for the region, because it's been innovative in the sense of people spinning off from solar, doing something different.
Right.
Modifying the product.
And that's what it takes. We could do it better, and that's the point I wanted to make before. If you have a cluster of co-located industries that are very similar, what happens is, in order to remain competitive, you have to innovate. You have to do it better than the other guy. And sometimes there'll be a worker, there'll be somebody that's working in the line and say, I could do a better job at doing this. And they say, well, I'm going to go to Uncle Harry and get a few bucks and start my own little shop, and that's how they do it. That's how it's been working since the beginning of time in the industrial age. Somebody comes up with a new idea, and they develop a new product, and it might even serve the company that they quit in order to start their particular enterprise. But we have to focus on innovation. And next week's presentation is going to be focusing primarily on that. You'll see that I do have some readings for you to take a look at. A lot of it has to do with the arts. We're talking about arts and music and all that stuff. But it's a way of talking about how we can create an environment of creative thought. And maybe in that way we can also encourage and enhance our competitive advantages. Any other questions or comments? I see I'm a little short in time. I have 20 minutes left. So, this is basically what I wanted to cover today. Next week, we'll be taking a look at a combination of cluster building, but from an innovative standpoint and a creativity standpoint, as well as taking a close look at labor markets, which is going to be the next one. And so, if you can, take a look at the articles that I have there. I will actually print out the articles for you if you don't have it. If you don't have access to those, or a computer that gets it, or a library, I will actually email those articles to you, just like I did the last one. Okay, I have all your email lists, and I'll just send that out to you. If there are no other questions, ladies and gentlemen, it's about all I have.